In this video, I'll be reviewing a unique Switch case, 2 Pro controllers, 2 over-the-ear headphones, several Gamecube Switch accessories, a stylus perfect for Mario Maker 2, the best charger for your Switch, a protective and stylish dock cover, 2 different battery banks, and more. Hello everyone, my name is Adam and welcome to TimeLag Gaming. First off, we have the BackSmart Switch case. Now I have reviewed many different cases, but the BackSmart Switch case has a few unique features that the other cases don't have. Starting on the outside, the BackSmart has a distinct design that sets it apart from the typical hardshell case. It has a two-tone look with different textures. It also has red and blue accents around the zippers. These zippers are good quality with great zipper pulls, and there's a handle on the top for easy carrying. What surprised me about this case is how hard it actually is. The hardshell part of the case is extremely tough, more than any other case I've used. Moving on to the inside, you'll see the large compartment to put other Switch accessories. This area is big enough to fit a large battery bank. It can also fit all sorts of other accessories like a pair of Joy-Con, a charging cable, Joy-Con straps, and much more. To keep these items secure, there's a zipper. Now this does the job and it's better than not having anything, but I personally prefer elastic pockets as it makes it easier to take large items out like a battery bank or card holder. Continuing on, we have a padded separator which holds 10 game cards and protects the Switch screen. I wish they would have added in 10 more game slots because with this design, there's plenty of room for it. That's just a minor complaint though. Now the reason this part folds out is it turns into a stand so you can prop up your Switch in tabletop mode. As you know, the built-in kickstand is not the best, and you can only use it on a completely flat surface. The case stand is more sturdy and lets you prop up your Switch anywhere. This is perfect for co-op on the go, or if you just don't want to hold your Switch. Underneath the stand is where you store the Switch, and there's a convenient pull tab to help remove it. This pull tab can be secured to the padded separator to keep it in place, which is a pretty nice touch so you don't have to fumble around to find it. The entire inside is lined with a very nice soft material, which also helps to protect your Switch, or anything else you keep inside. Overall, this case is an amazing option for any Switch owner. It's super protective, has a ton of room for storage, gives you a better stand, and it looks stylish. As you know, the official Pro controller is very expensive at $70, but so many of the alternatives out there, even the official ones, are missing major features like motion controls and rumble. These 2 affordable Pro controllers, however, have all the major features and more. This is the GT Coupe Nintendo Switch Pro controller. It's very comfortable in the hand. The shape feels like an Xbox One controller. Right away you'll notice that the controller lights up. This is a really cool addition that looks great. The 4 face buttons light up with different colors. These buttons are also really big and have a good click to them, as do all the other buttons. There is your standard plus, minus, capture button, and home button, but there's also a turbo and macro button. I've never used turbo, but I know there are a lot of people who find it very useful. This can also be used as a macro button. Underneath the controller, there are 4 additional buttons, M1, M2, M3, and M4. The macro lets you map these buttons to the face buttons. I've never used a controller with this feature, but it's awesome. I don't really like using the M2 and M3, but mapping the M1 and M4 to your frequently used face buttons can make things much easier. It makes it so you can do other actions in the game without having to take your fingers off the joysticks. This is perfect for any 3D game or shooter. The GT Coupe also has a solid D-pad, which is great for 2D platformers, top-down games, and retro games in general. The joysticks have a great range of motion and feel very smooth. They click down and light up as well. I actually personally don't like the texture of these joysticks though. They can be a bit slippery, but once you adjust, you don't notice it. The triggers are also solid. However, the L2 and R2 feel like analog triggers, so they have longer travel. This does take a little getting used to, as you have to press them further than you normally would. It doesn't have NFC functionality for Amiibo, but most controllers don't, and I don't find this an issue at all. All this being said, it's still an amazing controller. Everything about it just feels good in the hand, and in use. It even charges with USB-C, which is amazing because that's the new standard and it's what the Switch and other accessories use. And despite having lots of colored LEDs, motion controls, and rumble, it still maintains a 10-hour battery life. The GT Coupe is designed for the Nintendo Switch, but it also works on Xbox and PC as well. For $40, this is a no-brainer for anyone who's been searching for a Pro Controller alternative. Now I know there are people who don't like the feeling of Xbox-style controllers. Well, this next Pro Controller alternative is exactly like a PS4 DualShock controller, and it's cheaper. This is the Hikarus Switch Pro Controller. It has all the same features as the GT Coupe, just without the buttons in the back. It has plus, minus, capture, home, and a turbo button. Like the GT Coupe, it has great base buttons that also light up. All the triggers feel good, and the D-pad is surprisingly amazing. It also has rumble and gyro with a 7-hour battery life. The joysticks also feel fantastic. I never use controllers with this type of configuration, but it feels good, and the actual joysticks themselves feel nice with a textured rubber and ridges on the edge. It has a great feeling in the hand and supports Android and PC. The Hikarus Pro Controller does feel cheap in a way, as you can tell it uses the same exact mold as a knockoff PS4 controller with the light bar and headphone jack area that you can obviously see. It does feel good quality, but seems like it should be $30 instead of $36, especially because it's lacking a very important feature. It uses micro USB, not USB-C. Personally, this is a deal breaker, but it is very affordable, and most people out there probably won't mind that it uses micro USB. Overall, it's still a great controller. I was very surprised by how good the sticks and D-pad feel. It's definitely worth getting. Now maybe you're looking for some controllers just for friends or family to use for local multiplayer. Well, consider the Moco JoyCon Grips. I covered these in my budget Switch accessory video, and they are honestly underrated. Pretty much everyone has seen these, but a lot of people overlook them. Even if you already have your Pro Controller and your 2 Joy-Con, what happens when your friends come over, or if your family wants to play, or your little brother and sister, you want to give them a bare naked Joy-Con? First of all, that's going to be super uncomfortable, and they're going to get it all greasy and gross. And if they get mad, they might throw it or slam it down. This simple affordable accessory handles all that and will stop them from complaining. Also, consider this. Some game modes only support single Joy-Con use, like the co-op level building in Mario Maker 2. So no matter what, these are always good to have around. They even come in many colors that match your colored Joy-Con, which is always a nice touch. These Joy-Con grips are a great accessory to have. Now we have 2 over-the-ear headphones that are perfect for Nintendo Switch. These are the Mixer headphones. They do have Bluetooth, so if you have a Bluetooth adapter, you can use these wirelessly with your Switch. But they can also be used with the included aux cable. They have active noise cancellation that works extremely well. The sound quality is great, especially considering they are only $60. These headphones don't have much bass, but that isn't a big deal for me. The design is nice and clean, and they are very comfortable to wear. There's a synthetic leather padded material on the top where it rests on your head, and the ear cups are made of the same great material. The Mixer headphones fold up for easy transportation and have button controls to adjust volume. There's even a built-in mic. Also included with these headphones is a slim carrying case to store the headphones. In addition, it includes an airplane adapter, which is great to have for travel. The only thing I don't like about them is they charge with micro USB. This is a big letdown, but it's not surprising because pretty much only $300 headphones use USB-C, and only a few at that. The majority of headphone makers, for some reason, haven't adopted USB-C, and it's really frustrating. But that being said, lots of people don't really care, and despite this annoyance, the headphones themselves are very good, especially for the price. Not to mention, you could use these with your phone, tablet, laptop, PC, or any other device, and overall, they're great. I especially love the noise cancellation. It makes the background noise become silent, and makes the music sound better. They are also very useful for when you need to focus because of the noise cancellation. I highly recommend the Mixer headphones. Now, what if you want a more traditional gaming headset? Well, that's where the Onikuma gaming headset comes in. This brand makes tons and tons of different types of gaming headsets, and they are very affordable. These are only $20. They are very light, comfortable, have an extended mic, they sound great, and have a cool design with multicolor LEDs that light up. Now, personally, I'm not a fan of gaming headsets. I don't play any games with voice chat, and I just don't like how they look. But these are an amazing affordable option for those who are looking for a gaming headset. They are wired, which lets the mic work properly for games like Fortnite that use voice chat. But don't worry, the built-in cable is super long, so they will work from a good distance. This cable is also made of nylon that is tangle-free, and built in is a remote that lets you turn off the mic and adjust the volume. These can also be used on phones, computers, and other devices. Overall, I definitely recommend the Onikuma brand if you're looking for a gaming headset. Next up, we have the Initech Switch Power Adapter. Now, I've already done an in-depth review on this charger, but I've been using it even more over the past couple months, and it's such a great charger. It's really the perfect charger for the Switch, and it's so versatile. There's also many different variations too. One thing I didn't mention when I previously reviewed this charger is it'll even work with the Switch dock to output to the TV. This charger is safe to use and is made by a very reliable company. It even includes adapters from multiple countries. It can charge your Switch very fast, faster than the official charger. It has a second USB-C plug that you can use to charge up your Pro Controller or other accessories. It also comes in a version with a regular USB port. In addition, there's a version with just one USB-C port, and that version is cheaper than the official Switch Power Adapter. And if that isn't enough, it comes with a super long, durable USB-C to USB-C charging cable, which is incredibly handy. If you're looking for an extra charger or replacement charger, the Initech USB-C power adapters are amazing. Mario Maker 2 is coming out very soon. Depending on when you're watching this, it may already be out. But Mario Maker 2 doesn't allow any button controls in handheld mode when creating levels. So a good stylus is going to be a great thing to have. There is an official Mario Maker 2 stylus, but that's not even coming to the US. That's okay though, because the DigiRoot 2-in-1 stylus is 100 times better than the official one. The official stylus and many other cheap stylus on Amazon use a rubber tip. These rubber tips are nowhere near as good as the mesh tips and disc tip stylus. The DigiRoot is a 2-in-1 with a disc tip and a mesh tip on it. It also has a nice weight to it that the other cheap plastic and aluminum stylus don't have. It includes a cap to help protect the tip you aren't using, and it comes with a ton of replacement tips just in case you're too rough with it. Built in is a nice rubber grip, and it comes with a soft carrying pouch. But besides all these amazing features, the stylus actually works very well on the Nintendo Switch. From Smash Ultimate Stage Builder to Splatoon 2 Post to Nintendo Labo Garage to the coloring book app, the DigiRoot works perfectly. The mesh tip offers better consistency than rubber tips and feels better on the screen. The disc tip offers much more precision, so it's a great option to have as well. So when Mario Maker 2 comes out, this is the stylus you're going to want to have. It's only $11, which is a great price for an excellent stylus for your Nintendo Switch. Now we have an awesome accessory for your Switch dock. This is a dock sock. You've probably heard of these or seen them before. They serve two purposes. One, to protect your Switch screen from scratching when taking it in and out of the dock. And two, to improve the look of the dock. It does both of these very well. If you don't know, the Switch screen is plastic, and plastic rubbing against plastic will eventually scratch your screen. I put a screen protector on my Switch day one, and I like using a screen protector, but I know there are people out there who don't want to use one. Either way, these things are still an awesome way to make your gaming setup look even better. They have tons and tons of different designs. My personal favorite is this Wind Waker one, but they also offer custom ones as you can see here. These accessories really add a personal touch to your Switch and to your gaming setup, and I love them. They definitely help prevent scratching as well. The only two things I wish they would do differently is extend the front part down so it covers the bottom of the dock. I understand why they don't want to do that, because it would make their manufacturing process more complicated, but it would make it look a lot better in my opinion. I also wish they would use a softer material like microfiber for the part that goes on the inside of the dock. This would help it be even more protective for the screen. Of course, these are just small things and they are still amazing products. I highly recommend these dock socks. You can find them on Etsy, their website, and even Amazon now. Next up, we have two portable battery banks. Now, good power banks like the Anker ones are super expensive, but these two are just as good as the Anker ones, if not better, and they are very affordable. First is the Omar 10,000 mAh portable battery charger. It only costs $20, and I've seen it for under $15. I was skeptical at first because of the low price, but this brand is actually great. They have a few different designs for their battery banks, and this one has a soft touch matte coating that feels really good in the hand. The quality of the Omar battery bank is solid. What's awesome about their chargers is they all have an LED screen. This tells you exactly how much juice it has left, which is really nice to have. But their chargers also work super well. They have USB-C power delivery, which means they will charge your Switch fast, meaning you can charge your Switch and play a game and it'll still go up. This 10,000 mAh battery will charge your Switch from 0 to 100 over 1.5 times, which is awesome, especially for the small size and price tag. The connectors for the battery banks are also good quality. I've had trouble in the past with Anker's USB-C ports breaking. Luckily, they have good customer support. But these ones are super good quality, and I've used multiple different brands of cables and they all work without issue. The battery bank can also charge other devices with regular USB. The USB-C port outputs at 18 watts. You can also use this port to charge up the battery quickly, and it does charge very fast. Keep in mind, this one doesn't come with a USB-C to USB-C cable or power adapter. It does come with a charging cable, but you'll have to use a different cable to get the fastest charging. The Omar power bank is also safe to use and won't break your Switch. It uses the correct resistors, so it'll be perfectly safe to use. Overall, this is an amazing battery and it's a no-brainer to buy it. The only thing is, you'll have to decide whether to get this one or the bigger one. This is the Omar 20,000 mAh USB-C battery bank. It only costs $47, over $20 cheaper than the Anker equivalent. It comes with a USB-C to USB-C cable that is very good quality. In addition, it's safe to use, has an LED screen, and a great design. This version of the battery has an aluminum build. Both these batteries have bigger and smaller versions with the same designs available. The 20,000 mAh has twice the capacity, so it can charge your Switch over 3 full times. While testing this battery bank, it even charged up my MacBook from 0 to 100%. This thing is a monster and charges super quick. I was really surprised by both these battery banks, and I can't recommend them enough. They are very affordable, have great features, and charge excellently. Now we have some GameCube Switch accessories. The first is a GameCube adapter from Moco. I covered this adapter in my budget accessory video, and it's a great affordable option, but it's also unique. It works great, just like the official one. However, unlike the official one, it has an extra USB port on the back of it. As you know, GameCube adapters take up to 1 to 2 USB ports on your Switch dock, but the Moco adapter gives you one of those back. It can be used to charge up your Pro Controller, connect a wired controller, a Bluetooth adapter, Ethernet adapter, or any other USB Switch accessory. This is a great feature that is super useful. Now we have another GameCube adapter, but this one is different in another unique way. This is the Hikarus GameCube controller adapter. Now, just like the Moco, it works excellently without any issue. However, what it does that's unique is it has a turbo button and home button. If you've used the GameCube controller with your Switch, you'll know that you can actually use it as a full controller in tons of games. But there's no way to go back to the home menu to switch games or do other stuff. This adapter easily allows you to do this with the included home button. It also has a turbo button, which is a great addition for those who like using turbo. It only costs $13, so having these extra features is great. Next up, we have a huge bundle of GameCube accessories. This is the DACIT GameCube accessory bundle that includes a standard GameCube adapter, 2 extension cables, and 2 GameCube controllers. The adapter works great and has no issues. However, it doesn't offer any unique features like the other 2 just covered. This is fine as the bundle is only $30, which is a crazy good deal. The extension cables work just as you would expect. They are awesome if you have a living room setup and you don't want to sit on the floor next to your TV. Now the important part is the actual GameCube controllers. I've used other third-party GameCube controllers, and these are probably the best I've ever used, besides the officially licensed ones. The design is exactly like the official ones. It has the same shape, mold, and placement of everything. All the buttons have a good click to them, the C-stick feels nice, and the triggers feel like the official ones. They have a great solid click to them. The Z button isn't mushy, and the analog stick is actually really good. However, the analog stick is a bit stiff. It's not as smooth as the original. I was worried about this, but when actually using it, it works perfectly. I didn't even notice it while playing. I think the stiffness is actually a good thing, because it feels very solid and sturdy, unlike the official one or even the other third-party options that have a tendency to break or get stuck very easily. Obviously, an official controller will always be better, but those are hard to find and very expensive, especially when compared to these. I was really surprised by how good these GameCube controllers are, and at $30, this bundle is a steal of a deal. And if you want even more controllers, they offer an even bigger bundle. They have a $50 GameCube bundle that comes with 4 GameCube controllers, 4 extension cables, and 2 GameCube adapters. There are other bundles out there, but they are more expensive, and they only come with 1 GameCube controller adapter. This comes with 2 and is cheaper, which is awesome. So there you have it, 16 more of the best accessories for your Nintendo Switch. If you made it to the end, be sure to let me know, because dang, that was long. I hope you enjoyed seeing this wide array of Switch accessories and seeing the different options between the products. If you like this video, be sure to leave a like and consider subscribing. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these accessories would you consider picking up? Are there any other products you want me to check out in a future video? Let me know your take in the comments down below. Thanks again for watching.